All sexually healthy women are capable of full body squirting orgasms, and they're probably the best way to blow any woman's mind in the bedroom. So what should you expect when you first set out to give a woman a squirting orgasm? Hey guys, Jason Julius here, and in this video, let's talk about what to expect when you first set out to give your woman a squirting orgasm. So I'll oftentimes get questions and comments from guys who have just learned maybe some new techniques and they want to go apply this, or they have applied it, and sometimes their expectations as to what to expect with their loved one is a little bit off. So I want to talk to you about how you should approach this when you are first starting out giving any woman a full body squirting orgasm. Now, first of all, you're going to want to focus on, first and foremost, being very close with your partner, just having a great connection and not having super crazy expectations. And I promise you that will make it a lot easier for it to just happen. You certainly don't want her to have any expectation that she has to squirt. Otherwise, she's not going to be able to get out of her head. And as you probably or hopefully already know, the mental side of things is the bigger part of getting her to orgasm in the first place. So if you tell her, hey, I'm going to give you a squirting orgasm, she'll have all kinds of expectations for herself that is going to not allow her to actually let go and actually have the orgasm. So that's going to work against you. Now, when you set out and you're actually going down there to maybe say use a G-spot or A-spot technique, and you go inside of her, your expectation at that point should be to just give her a vaginal orgasm. See what her body responds to. Is she very vaginally orgasmic, or has she never had a vaginal orgasm before? These are things that you need to understand about her body first. And so you might start with her G-spot, see if she responds to that. Go with her A-spot. Whichever one that she responds to the most, as you continue to stimulate that area, again, your goal is to just give her a vaginal orgasm. And you'll begin to feel the front wall of her vagina start to swell up. That's the urethral sponge, the female prostate. And as it begins to swell, that's the ejaculate fluid. And you'll know that she's getting close to having a vaginal orgasm. Now, at the time that she has the vaginal orgasm, she needs to push out. And so oftentimes women, which is understandable, will oftentimes clamp their PC muscle and not let the ejaculate come out, which will kind of rob her of, the most of the orgasms. You won't be able to have that release. She'll hold back. It'll still be a vaginal orgasm, but she won't get that full release that comes with it. So you're kind of up against, her expectation of her own body. She doesn't want to pee on the bed. She doesn't understand oftentimes, if she's never ejaculated before, that it's okay to push it out. And so what I'll often do is I won't have a conversation about squirting orgasms, but as I feel her getting close to having that ejaculation and having that vaginal orgasm, I'll just say push out. And because she's already so outside of her mind, she's so into letting you take charge, take control, oftentimes just the command push out when she's having a vaginal orgasm will get her to push out, and she'll surprise herself and have the squirting orgasm. But if she's never done that before, she may be resistant to that. So be okay with that, because you're at this point learning what her body loves, giving her a vaginal orgasm, which will already blow her mind. And then you can then introduce her to that idea that she can squirt once, you have the conversation afterwards and say, hey, did you know that you were close to, having a squirting orgasm? And if you would have just pushed out, she'd be like, really? And depending on her level of comfort with that, then you might be able to help her with the idea of pushing out. And so what do you expect then when she does ejaculate? This is another question that comes up, because what you oftentimes see in pornography is not a great depiction of what a squirting orgasm looks like. Most of the time, it's not real. I'm not saying that there isn't some real ejaculations, but a lot of times it's just staged. One way that you can tell whether or not it is a real squirting orgasm is you can determine, is it coming out of her urethra, which is her pee hole? That's where female ejaculate comes from. That's when she truly has an ejaculatory orgasm, and some porn stars can. But oftentimes it's more about creating a scene for men to masturbate to, so they will stage the ejaculation. So all of a sudden, fluid comes gushing out of the vagina, and that's not what a squirting orgasm looks like. A powerful squirting orgasm could soak the wall behind me. But a typical squirting orgasm, at least starting out when you first give her one, may just be a little dribble that comes out. And it may just because she almost kind of wasn't even ready for it type of a situation, or it might squirt out a little bit. This is something to build upon. This is something to expect when you're starting out. Yes, eventually she may soak the bed, or wherever you're having sex at, she may be able to ejaculate a lot. She may be able to ejaculate often. But starting out, your expectation should be to give her that vaginal orgasm, see if she's going to let it out or not, feel comfortable letting it out, and then build upon that. I had a gentleman email me and say, I gave my girlfriend a vaginal orgasm. It was her first vaginal orgasm. She said she loved it, but just a little bit came out, and he seemed almost disappointed by that. And I bring this up because this is sometimes what men will wonder, did I do it? Did I accomplish what I wanted to accomplish? And I think that's because us men are so goal orientated that we overlook the whole concept is to become very close with her and, direct her mind and body to the best level of pleasure that she could ever hope for. Or many times women don't even know they can have that orgasm. So you can absolutely blow her mind, but don't ever discount the fact that you even got her close to a vaginal orgasm. And then if you gave her a vaginal orgasm, that's even better. And if she squirted a little bit and a little bit came out, that's a great start. And then you build upon that because you're going to know what her body responds to. You're going to help her understand that she can let go. And then you can even help her understand that if she strengthens her PC muscle, she'll be able to even shoot harder and further and have even stronger orgasms. But you got to take it one step at a time and not expect a woman to go from never having a squirting orgasm to just, soaking the bed. I've seen it happen many times. I'm not saying it can't happen, but that's awesome when that happens. But it's just as equally awesome when she has a great vaginal orgasm and a little bit comes out. And if every time she has a squirting orgasm, it's, super pleasurable, but only a little bit comes out, that is still a squirting orgasm. And that is still an incredible experience to give your partner. So I hope that clarifies things up as far as what to expect when you're first starting out giving any woman a squirting orgasm. Hey guys, real quick before you go, if you like the content in this video, go ahead and hit the like button below and make sure and leave a comment and let me know what you think and ask any questions that you might have. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I have some really cool content planned. I'm going to be coming out with videos weekly and I don't want you to miss a thing. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.